Hey, Wanderers, how are you? Are you looking for a great place to eat in Myrtle Beach? We've got some recommendations for you. But if you haven't been here before, my name is Steve,
And I'm Laura.
and we are the Wandering Empty Nesters. If you haven't been here before, we spend a lot of time in Myrtle Beach. And by Myrtle Beach, I mean North Myrtle Beach. And if you don't know the difference, there is a distinction. Myrtle Beach generally is where all the tourist stuff is. It's where the Ferris wheel and the amusement parks are. And North Myrtle Beach gets a little bit more family friendly, a little less amusement attractions, a little more restaurants, bars, and
And,
you're
and we have a brand new beach.
and we do. We have a brand new beach. Thank you, Army Corps of Engineers, even though you were well paid for it. I'm sure our tax dollars will pay for it. While we were there this last time, and the beach erosion had caused quite a bit, and we'll show some of that in our review, one of our reviews. But time before we left, we saw a brand new flat beach till it got to the end and dropped off, which you didn't like. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about has become one of our favorite restaurants that just keeps expanding as far as what it has to offer into a very narrow footprint, and that is the
Blue Drum.
Blue Drum. I was going to say whether it was on the coast, but yeah, Blue Drum. I don't know why. Sometimes I say drum, sometimes I say barrel. I always get the
That's
blue
okay.
part right, but I get the other parts wrong. Sorry, Blue Drum. It's not a hard name. Blue Drum is located in Little River, but at the very beginning of Little River. So if you're leaving North Myrtle Beach, as you're going towards North Carolina, you'll go through an area called Little River. It's right there as part of the area, and it's sort of right on the intersection of there's a little side road that goes out, and then there's a main highway intersection that comes over, and right there's a sliver of land with a Dunkin' Donut and a winery. And I got to tell you, if that was a larger plaza with more to do, I would probably spend the day there, because I don't know if you could put two better things on a single slot of land than a Dunkin' Donuts and a winery. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention the winery just yet because we haven't been there yet, but we've been to the Dunkin' Donuts many times, but we haven't actually been to that particular winery when they've been open, obviously. And also we go to Duplin's every day, but it's very, very close to that intersection. Right before you get to that little triangle, you make a right-hand turn, you go down towards the Intercoastal Waterway. The Blue Drum actually sits right next to a boat place that kind of like builds or restores boats. Not exactly
And
sure
a
what they do.
giant condo,
Yeah, there's a condo people live
which
right
would
there
be
on the
so cool to
Intercoastal
live right next door to
and
it.
just drop over to Blue Drum all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah. So the first time we went to Blue Drum, they'd been open, I think they said a year, or maybe a little bit
Yeah,
more.
not long.
And they were still majorly under construction. There was wood everywhere. And what they were doing, so when you go in, you see there's this very nice area there's a sushi bar. If you love sushi, of course, being a seafood town, Myrtle Beach is going to be your place. It's going to be your place to go. We're not sushi people. At least I'm not.
Not with fish.
Everybody that I talked to
Crab.
have said that they have really good sushi. And so Blue Drum was working on their outside. It's beautiful as is, but they have added some really nice area on the outside deck. And I think they just outdid themselves.
I'm excited to go back in the
Right.
spring when we can sit outside.
That outside, so now it's 3 levels, and so you have a stage for live music, because that's the other thing in Myrtle Beach. Everybody has live music. Now some places do it, they drop off seasonally, like Duplin in the second week we're there stopped having their live music daily, and they had multiple groups for multiple hours. But local, or next to local,
Boardwalk Billy's
still had live. So
Yeah.
there is live music playing almost year round, every day, somewhere in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach,
Yeah.
or in this case, Little River. So outside, they didn't have it this night, obviously, but outside they have a deck with a stage, and they have like these long 6 to 8 seat tables. And then inside that, and I just thought this was amazing. And it wasn't very crowded that night, and it wasn't open, but there is a second bar on this mid deck, and the bar top, they inlaid that epoxy
it looks
set.
it looks like an ocean.
Right, like a beach, a little
beautiful.
ocean on the little. So they took a live piece of wood all the way around, carved out the middle, and then they pour in, like the scenery, looks like a beach, and they put the epoxy over the top. And then there's just seating all the way out. And I've already picked out our seats.
Yes.
So folks, if you see me coming into Blue Drum, if you're sitting there, look, I'm sorry, you're sitting in my seat. This would be, as you come down the steps in the bar, there's 2 seats at the end of the bar that look straight across the mid deck towards the stage. That's our seats. I've claimed them now. Blue Drum, please put my name on them on the bar.
Yeah, we'll put our name up underneath so no one will
Can I get a little plate right there in front of on the new deck?
Sure.
Just our plate.
We're
right
mentioning
there.
Blue Drum.
Blue Drum, yes. Please make it so. Reach out to me. I'll give you the spellings or whatever you need. Let's reserve that. I would love to. It's ideal. Honestly, everything on that mid deck looks amazing.
Yes, it is beautiful.
Can't wait to. But then it's not done, right? You go down one more level, and they have a bunch of seating along the intercoastal.
Yeah. Now you're getting close to the water.
Right near the water, you can eat, and across the way, you have a bunch of really beautiful homes you can look at. And of course, there's the water, and there's an excursion tour that goes out of there. I don't know if that's associated with Blue Drum or the boat place,
sure,
because it's part of a joined dock. So I'm not really sure who does that, but that boat's parked there very often in the evening. So lots of seating here. Going to be live music here, and guess what? We still saw. Still wood. I don't know what else. I think they're just doing some fine tuning. I don't think there's anywhere else to add stuff, but there is still some construction material left. Now, let me say this. When you say a place is under construction, you very much think that, oh my goodness, it's probably going to be a mess. It's going to be difficult to get around. Things aren't going to be working well. Even before that middle deck was open, when we were there last time, and they just kind of sealed up it with plastic because we were there once again in the winter season. Didn't affect anything. I don't know. Maybe you eat lunch there. Maybe it's noisy because obviously they're working. But in the evenings, it doesn't affect a thing. Let's talk about food there. Everything I've had there, and we've been there a few times, is really, really good. Lots of great seafood there. They're obviously, like a lot of restaurants, they're getting fresh seafood in every day.
And it's large portions.
Big portions.
Which is unusual. Like, I got the crab cake sandwich and I couldn't eat it. I barely ate half. It was so big.
I think they have some of the best clam chowder of a lot of the restaurants I've had. Now, that says a lot.
For you, yeah.
Well, and that every place there's a seafood restaurant. They have some of the better seafood I've had. Now, the she crab soup is pretty good too, but we have a caveat on that.
It's a little too thick for me.
And don't order the dip and the she crab. They're very similar because of the thickness. And one time when we went, we got both the dip and you got this she crab soup. And you're like, I feel like I'm eating the same thing twice. And there wasn't anything wrong with the two of them. It's just the thickness of the soup puts you in mind of that. And you thought, well, I'm eating more of the same when I really wanted something. I wanted an appetizer and something different. So, of course, be cautious unless you're just really a huge sea crab lover eater. But Blue Drum, definitely one of the places we love to go. Beautiful ambiance, great staff, very friendly, knowledgeable, good wines too. One of the very few places that we will buy a bottle of wine, just because so many, wine anywhere you go in a restaurant is overpriced. 2 glasses and you've paid for the bottle, so you might as well buy the bottle. But their pricing is pretty good. If you're looking for a good seafood dinner, now we've been here twice. Can't wait to go back for the music. So I think I'm kind of pre-answering the question, but here's the question. Are they wonder-worthy? Are they worth a second visit? Because there's so many restaurants in Myrtle Beach. We often say we can't go to some of the ones we like multiple times, or we never get to the new ones. So a very select number that we consider go-backs. Is it a go-back?
It is a go-back, but I think I'm going to save it for go-backs in the spring and summer.
I agree.
It may not be a go-back in the winter. It's dark. You can't see the water. You can't sit outside. So spring and summer, go back, yes.
Blue Drum, you are wonder-worthy. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Blue Drum, put it on your list if you're in North Myrtle Beach, or I should say Little River, which isn't far from North Myrtle Beach. It's not a far drive. Even though there are 100 restaurants that you could just walk out to, it's literally like an 8-minute drive from North Myrtle Beach over to Little River to get here. It's worth the little bit of effort to get there. Check it out, and we will see you on the next time. Stay wonder-worthy.
Thanks for spending a little time with us today. If you enjoyed this and want more insider tips, real travel stories, and deals that make your bucket list closer than you think, be sure to scan the QR code, hit subscribe, or follow. Why? Because every week we bring you ideas that save you money, inspire your next adventure, and show you how to travel smarter without the stress. Don't just dream about travel. Make it happen with us. Follow now so you never miss your next chance to wander worthy.